what's very interesting in growing up, at some point, and I don't know exactly when in elementary school, that I discovered that I wasn't reading as well, and that my struggle getting through that Friday spelling test became really truly apparent. And although the interesting thing at that time is that I never felt it coming from my teachers. That I don't remember being called a slow reader. But there's somewhere in that space there, I realized that I had a particular kind of struggle that my classmates did not. There was not the use of the word, or I don't think the understanding about our learning differences, about dyslexia, and so I never heard that word growing up. There were some special classes when teachers became aware later. On the other end, my elementary school went to 7th grade. But those special classes were not where I had special attention to a particular problem or challenge for me. It was more with students who acted out. Now, as an adult, I realized many of them might have had challenges, learning challenges, and as people who have learning disabilities, they tend to act out or bring another kind of attention to themselves. I was not that child, but I was very much aware that, boy, this struggle shouldn't be there. I didn't want it to be there. And not only that, but it took a tremendous amount of energy not knowing what to call it and not wanting it to be known. Now, I learned earlier on that there was something about young Jerry and his ability to make pictures. Now, when I first grew passionate about holding a drawing instrument in my hand, it was because of the sheer pleasure of it. And but then at some point I realized that not only was there pleasure, but there was a sense of wholeness, of well-being, a calmness when I was actually making pictures. It was a world to me that no one could say I wasn't reading fast enough or that word wasn't correctly spelled. What I got at the end of demonstrating a gift or talent was a sense of encouragement. And I was encouraged. I became the class artist through a number of, especially those teachers who played, I think, a particular set of awarenesses and attention to this young boy who, on a level, struggled, but at the same time demonstrated a willingness to learn. I never really truly understood how at that age I made the connection that somewhere in that process of drawing that I was learning as well. And it might have been not that I was learning a particular subject, but that but I was using my mind, and I understood the value of taking in information or studying subject. I went through elementary school with those two things in place, and I know it was the feeling of being able to accomplish something. In so many ways, there was something was special about me that gave me a sense of balance, and I actually graduated from elementary school, Hill Elementary School, with honors, full honors. So again, I would like to, if I could, revisit that young Jerry at that time and figure out what made me decide with those challenges that I was going to try to make something of myself. And interesting, and hearing myself say it, speak it, I know it was my mother. I never, ever at home got a sense that I was failing at something. It was always that I could do better. And I think in so many ways that was I think the catalyst to keep me working, because I had to work extremely hard.